What is up, guys, and welcome in. This is another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. We've got an exciting show for you this evening. We're going to be talking to a three-star defensive and offensive lineman out of Ironton, Ohio, which is right in my backyard. He is currently getting arranged in a hotel. He's on his official visits around the country right now. I'm expecting him around 8:05. I sent him a link for this program, so he should be jumping in anytime, guys. We're going to let the chat hopefully fill up in the meantime. So that's what we'll be waiting on. And anybody that has a question in the meantime, between time, will be really glad to hear from you. What's up, guys? Koo says first comment. What's up, Gamecock Chuck? How we doing? Waiting on Noah Patterson, a three-star defensive lineman out of Ironton, Ohio. An absolute powerhouse football program, several state championships right here in my backyard. He is an offensive and defensive lineman for them, and a good one at that, and has made an incredible two-year transformation. So we'll hear a little bit more about that whenever he gets into the chat room. Guys, if you have anything to say, just pop it in the chat box there. We'll talk about it. Press conferences from Bilal Marshall today. What's up, David Cummings? Appreciate that, man. Yep. I know they were just getting settled in a hotel, so just waiting on that. Appreciate it. I'm glad to bring it to you, though. We had a press conference from Bilal Marshall today. Yeah, the baseball team is doing really good. Top 25. The last I looked, I think they're 17-5, something like that. Coach Mazey's really put a good team together this year. I haven't got a chance to really pay a whole lot of attention to them like I usually do. But I don't think they're going to let them shaft them this year in the tournament. Oh yeah, we do. He's been offered an invite to spring. He's only a junior, so they want to probably bring him up for a junior day. He's going into his senior year. He's already got a bevy of Division I offers. He's gone to visit Virginia Tech, other places. I think programs are in a spot, and this is just me guessing. They want to see how he's going to perform his senior year. I think they're going to probably give him some goals to achieve. But he is a 3-star rated kid, so it's not like he's just chopped liver. But I think he's still got a little bit of growing to do at 6'3", 6'4", 265 pounds. So I think there's a few things that coaches want to see out of him. But to answer your question, yes, we do. Hoping he gets in here pretty soon. Guys, just stick with me if you can. They told me 8:05, so I'm assuming any time here in the next few minutes should be good to go. Coach Stu's son had a really great press conference today. But I'll tell you, I was really impressed with Bilal Marshall. Just an impressive guy. Every player helps in our situation. Yeah, that's true. Very true. So we got 4 people in here right now. Hoping a few more people show up. I advertise this for most of the day. Not sure how many people are interested in this kind of stuff. Outside of conference realignment, I don't know what sells anymore. Um, Unfortunately, that's not my wheelhouse. Not something I'm too interested in doing. So, really hoping this video does okay. You guys that are in here, I'd be interested to hear what you guys think of the Dawn Plitzowite situation. That's kind of a hot topic around Morgantown right now. The way she handled her exit to Minnesota. No, no, she didn't really say much about us at the podium. Yeah, right. I know it is, and I just don't know enough about it. I mean, I know enough, but I don't bring an interesting enough, in my opinion, really take to it. Oh, here we got Noah in here, guys. So we're gonna jump over here to Noah. Noah Patterson out of Ironton, Ohio. How we doing, brother?
We're doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. You guys have had some issues, I hear. Hotels with no power.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but we eventually found one, so it's good. We're good now. We're all settled.
Good, man. Good. So I was telling some people in the chat the interesting body transformation you've undergone in the last few years. You've really worked on yourself, and you're not that you don't have talent. Don't want that to be overshown here, but I think you've really put yourself in a position to be in the situation you're in right now. Can you really speak to some of that and some of the hard work you put in?
Well, ever since I came here freshman year, well, I was here in 8th grade for about 2 weeks before COVID hit. My dad, we decided to come here, and Mom, we all debated on where we wanted to move to new school because South Point wasn't in it. It didn't have the sports,
Right.
it didn't have any future in it. So we decided to move to Ironton, and that was like the first big step in my, I don't know, just progression to making my dream come true. And ever since I moved there, I've always worked day in, day out, no days off, continuously working and getting better and building my body up to being the best that I can be. So it's been a journey. Dad's always pushed me to be my best and always put me through whatever I can undergo. So it's been a journey for sure, but I will never forget that moving to Ironton was probably the best decision I've ever made.
Awesome, man. So freshman year, you're at South Point, Ohio, or is that eighth grade?
That was 8th grade. I was still at South
Eighth
Point.
grade. So you make the choice to go to Ironton. Now, had you shown signs at that point in time of being a quality player, or was this something you said, hell, I mean, I want to do this and I'm betting on me, and I know they have a great strength and conditioning program over there. Coach Pendleton has done some good things. I'm going to go to Ironton and bet on me. Is that what it was, or did you already know in eighth grade that you were going to be a good player?
I'd say a little bit of both. I didn't know what my future was going to withhold, but as I gradually progressed in high school, I just keep getting better and better, and gradually getting bigger also. So I gradually grew, and I never had a bad year at Ironton. I've always either grown or maintained. I never went down, I should say.
So, what are coaches telling you as you visit different places around the country? I know you've been to Appalachian State, Eastern Michigan this weekend. What are coach telling you around the country that you need to work on? What's something you need to get better at?
They haven't really told me a bunch about my negatives, but I haven't really asked that question either. It's mainly just me getting bigger. I'd say gaining weight and getting to a certain point to where I can
Yeah.
play on the O line at the next level.
Well, this is a Division One level. You're not going to cupcake universities. You're talking about Appalachian State's a big time program in my opinion, and then I mean you got to be big to play there. Where are you? Where are you about 265 right now?
Yeah.
That's what it said online. So at least 30 more pounds. I'm guessing they probably want you to gain, if not a little more. But looking at some of your numbers, you're an athlete, dude. You run a sub 5 in the 40 and the 4.8. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
A 455 clean hang clean, or 455 squat. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Can you rattle off some of those numbers?
So I benched 370. That's like you said, squat 455, and then I clean 275.
275 on the hang clean. Yeah, I was thinking 455 was quite a bit for the hang clean.
And then
So,
I'm able to bench 225 21 times.
what's up, Coos from Coos' Corner? Anybody in here got a question for Noah about whether it be West Virginia, uh, anything relevant to West Virginia, or just the young man in general? Might take a second for a comment to come up. Where we pushed it back, I think we missed some people, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. People after the fact will still catch this, and there'll be probably several dozen comments that'll hit over the next day or two as well. So no big deal. You said your dad mentioned he spoke to Coach Brown. Did you get to speak with Coach Brown as well?
Yeah, I was when we was at WVU. We was all the recruits were in the cafeteria and they was all eating. We already had ate prior, but he came up and talked to me and my mom and dad for a little bit, and broke up a funny story about Trevin back in. It's probably whenever they was down in Florida when they interacted with each other. But yeah, I got to talk to him for a little bit, so it wasn't too long of a conversation, but it was still like worthy enough to be productive.
Awesome. Coos from Coos' Corner, who also has a very large YouTube show, he asked the question, how many offers have you gotten? And has WVU officially offered you? They want to know.
I only have 5 offers right now, and WVU is not one of them. The offers I contain is Eastern Michigan, then Fordham, Murray State, then I got UNLV, and Youngstown State.
And I read online that you visited Virginia Tech. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. If West Virginia were to offer you, is that something you'd be interested in?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Me and your dad was talking about that yesterday. Hopefully you get that offer, man. I'll tell you. I mean, I've spoken with several kids over the last year or so that WVU doesn't usually make junior offers. You know, it's very rare. You've got to be a big time national talent for them to do that. So I wouldn't be disheartened by it at all. You know, they usually wait until senior seasons to make offers to people anyway. So once you put that senior tape out there, I think these offers you're getting right now are only going to get better. David Cummings wants to know, have you heard of Reed Williams and what he did at WVU? You are in the exact same position. We would love to have you. Good luck to you, young man.
I have never
He's
heard
pretty
of
young.
Reed Williams. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Reed Williams is one of the greatest linebackers of all time in WVU history. Severely under recruited, and made something of himself. Also was a bit of a tweener, a smaller player in his earlier time before he came to college. Once he got to school, he was obviously able to put on muscle, but he had a great career. Probably a top 20 player, you know, somewhere on the threshold. So he certainly had a great career at West Virginia.
It's awesome.
Gamecock Chuck wants to know, will you be an early enrollee regardless of where you choose to go?
I have the option to be, but I haven't decided fully yet if I want to be or not.
Yeah, right. So have you had that conversation at all? or is this the
Yeah,
first time you really thought about it?
yeah, I've talked with my guidance counselors about it. They brought it up to me, but it's just like a big decision to me on whether if I want to graduate early or not, and early enroll into college and start early.
I think that has to do too with where you're at physically. I mean, there's a few things I would, if it was I was in that situation, is do I want to play early? Because if you want to play early, you want to enroll early. Doesn't mean you can if you don't, but obviously that helps. If you want to, if you think you're going to redshirt your first year, then enrolling early, while it's a plus, isn't necessarily the most important thing to do. So I think it all depends on where you're at by that point in time. But uh, certainly update us and you do figure that out. Well, because I'll personally be following you throughout your recruitment, probably wherever you go, just being where you're from, who you're, I know your dad and everything. So we definitely interested to know about that. So you guys have had some success in Ironton, uh, almost unprecedented to the school as far as in a consecutive year run. Uh, Lost in the state championship game. Can you speak to how that was? How much was that hard? I'm sorry. How hard was that to overcome for you
It
losing
was
to?
it was rough. Like ever since we I've been twice in my years at Ironton so far, and we're planning on making it back my last year and hopefully finishing it off and just winning this thing. But it's honestly probably one of the more roughest experiences I ever encounter in my years of high school, because it's like
Yeah,
you made it all the way there just to lose. It's emotional. It's a gut check, and then going back into your next year, like you just have that grit to get back and win it. It's like it's always been the goal for Ironton ever since Trevin and Jared and Pendleton's has been there. Whenever they got there, it's just been a mission.
so you mentioned Trevin and Coach Brown. Did you say they know each other?
Yeah, they know each other.
Is that just from him recruiting, or is that from where he was at Kentucky, possibly?
No, more than
Don't
likely just
know.
recruiting, but not for sure.
Hmm. Just curious if there was what the link was there. I mean, obviously, probably recruiting. I mean, especially the kid you guys had at running back this year, Jaquez. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Uh, he end up going to Ohio State,
No, he went to Wake Forest.
Wake Forest.
He
I
didn't
thought I
go.
thought it's
He didn't go as a running back. He went as a linebacker. He was Wisconsin committed. He was Wisconsin commit, but then he
that's what
decommitted
it
and
was.
committed to Wake Forest.
That's what it was. So you guys are losing him. He's a 23 guy.
Yeah.
So you guys got people ready to step up and get you got right back in the state championship game, huh?
Yeah, I think we do.
Awesome, man. I'll be watching for that.
Sounds good.
So as you move into your 24 season, do you have some goals you've set for yourself?
Win state. It's everybody's goal, and it's mainly mine. But like
That
personally, mainly just to obviously make it to the next level, and then put on a little bit of weight so recruiting could be, I feel like, more smoother, and um, just be a good leader to my teammates and set an example, be a good role model, and leave Ironton better than I found it.
that's awesome, man. I mean, obviously your dad has done an awesome job with you, young man. Um, it's funny. I hadn't seen you since you were really little. Uh, so it's cool to see the growth and where you're at. It's really awesome, man. Definitely be rooting you on from here in South Point.
It's been a ride. It's been a ride.
Definitely. So last question for you, man. If you could pick any D1 spot, which college would it be?
Mm, put me on the spot. If I could go there and play, if I would have the
Yeah,
opportunity to
yeah.
play,
I probably said that a little weird. If you could go to any school, where would it be?
I'd go to Ohio State. That's the dream school.
Don't break my heart.
But I live in Ohio, it's close to home, and they're probably the top winningest program in FBS history.
They're up there for sure. I'm a little bit of a hater when it comes to Ohio State. Just want to put that out there. But it's not
Hey, I have
not that
no hate against West Virginia. I loved it there.
and I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
My hate comes from way back. That has nothing to do with you. Gamecock Chuck wants to know, he may have missed it, but what position will you play at the next level?
It depends on where I go. Everybody's either recruit me for O-line or D-line, and some are recruit me for both. But they don't know where my body's going to go, and also I don't know for sure where I'm going to go to college at yet.
Right, and that's going to, every team has different needs. Do you have a preference? Do you have a preference as far as what do you think you're better in, or?
No, I don't think so. But as long as I play, I don't really care where I play at.
I mean, at 265, can you run the 4.8 at 265?
Yeah.
Sounds like a defensive lineman to me. Now, I'm just, if you put on some weight, obviously that number's going to drop a little bit. But
yeah, that's just how it is. Sometimes.
Shane Statmiller says fullback. That's a big fullback.
That is a big fullback. I wouldn't mind running the ball.
I'll tell you what, an interesting story at West Virginia happened this year. We had a kid that was recruited as a tight end. He's about 6'3", 220 pounds, named C.J. Donaldson. And they put him at running back. And he scored 8 touchdowns in his first 6 games before he got injured.
That's a big
so it's the – yeah, he South Florida kid. They grow them different down there.
Oh, yeah.
But so we're excited to see what he does this year as well. But be interesting to see. Maybe they play you with some H back there in Ironton, open some holes out of the backfield.
Hey, Trevor said I was going to score the first touchdown ever this year, so I'm waiting for it.
Is Joe Rose still the principal there?
Not at the high school. I think he's the principal at the middle school or elementary. I'm not for sure.
He was a something else as far as has he ever come out on the football field with you guys or anything like that?
No, but he was there for a few pep rallies, and he was definitely the star of the show for sure.
He's something else.
He is.
He's he put some good teams together there, and I think trying to remember where that was up north that he used to coach at. It's the same place that Shawshank Redemption is made, that area, but he had a heck of a squad up there. So I really appreciate you for coming on, man. I'm sorry that we had the issues with the electricity and stuff like that. My power went out twice today. You guys get to a hotel, the power's out, so we'll keep. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. If an offer comes through, which we're hoping it does, we'll have you back on and talk about that.
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right, man. You guys have a safe trip home and watch out for the weather and everything.
Will do. Thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, guys. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
That was Noah Patterson, Ironton, Ohio, defensive and offensive lineman. I apologize to everybody. This was supposed to have happened a little sooner. But unfortunately, Mother Nature got in the way, and there's not much you can do about Mother Nature. So it is what it is. So really hope you guys enjoy this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Appreciate that, Shane. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. And we'll have some more content for you this week, guys. Not much else to really talk about. We had a couple of press conferences today, but nothing really of note. So I think it's a good spot to end it at. And really appreciate you guys all for showing out and stuff. Hopefully next time we can get a few more viewers for Noah. All right, guys, this episode is over, and I'm out.